From winning a record-breaking 17 WWE championships to donning pigtails and heels in comedies like Ricky Stenicki.
Rod Rhymstead, trained actor, how can I help you?
John Cena is one of Hollywood's most fearless and seemingly carefree figures. But he recently opened up about one of his biggest insecurities, his hairline, on the Pat McAfee show.
Thank you for bullying me into getting surgical hair replacement. Like, that's how far y'all push me.
The 48-year-old speaking about the pressure he says he felt from fans.
I'm in the Rumble, trying to win, and like, hey, how's the bald spot? Like, yo, that's not fair. I can't control that.
When you think of John Cena, you think about the definition of masculinity, like someone who is very confident in all things that they do, but also in what they look like. So for John Cena to share that he had an insecurity about what he looked like, I think is very powerful.
Cena isn't the only one turning to hair transplants to address hair loss, something that affects more than 50 million men in the US.
Hair transplantation is a wonderful procedure. And in the right hands, in an educated doctor that has the education and training and credentials, proper credentials, you can have a fantastic result, and it has changed the lives of many, many, many patients.
More and more men in Hollywood are getting candid about their hair transplant journeys. From Joel McHale on Justin Long's podcast.
3 surgeries later, and look at my hair. Oh, I'd be totally bald. It takes a lot. Look, we're not all born with gorgeous, thick hair like you.
To the Backstreet Boys' AJ McLean, who has also publicly acknowledged he had the procedure.
I think people are loud and prouder now about announcing that they're getting a hair transplant done.
What do you make of celebrities being more open to talking about this and being transparent?
I think it's the best thing they could do. Honestly, I think it makes people more human. I think just being able to open up about stuff like that is super important.
With church, do you want to be married in the temple still?
Dakota Mortensen is best known for starring in Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
It is 7 a.m. in the morning. Come with me to get a hair transplant.
But these days, he's posting TikToks about his hair transplant surgery from earlier this year.
So that's my new hairline, guys.
Why did you want to document it and sort of share it with your audience?
I don't know, man. Honestly, to me, it seemed like a cool process and a cool thing to see how it works. But it was almost after I posted some of those things, the amount of DMs I got from men or even wives, being like, hey, my husband's been so insecure about going bald or losing his hair, and just asking me questions about it. And it kind of made me realize that I don't feel like there was tons of people that talk about it then either, which I thought was kind of wild.
Mortensen was 31 when he got the transplant in January.
Were there times where you feel like you had to hide your hairline?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Before I did it, yes, absolutely. I think there was just a lot of times where I did start to get to a point where I felt a little bit more insecure about how much I was thinning out. And maybe it wasn't that noticeable for other people. And I think that's just why I started wearing hats a lot.
We'll take that blood and we'll inject it up here.
The procedure can be pricey. Quotes from clinics across the country ranging from $3,000 to $30,000 in the US. Mortensen says he could afford it because he partnered with a practice that helped cover some of the costs for him.
All right, guys, this is the final product. It looks like a bunch of maggots, but I can assure you I will be looking like Fabio when it's all said and done.
He hopes sharing his journey will break the stigma for others.
I think social media really helps normalize the experience. What Dakota was able to do was take us inside of his entire experience. We got to see before the surgery, during the surgery in some cases, and after the surgery. And I think it really just helped normalize the experience for anyone who might be considering doing such a thing.
While Mortensen had his surgery done in the States, many others travel abroad.
Thank you.
Last year, we followed Brian Corder as he flew from Pennsylvania to Istanbul, Turkey.
Hello, Brian.
The so-called hair transplant capital of the world. This surgical package, he says, cost him about $3,000, a significant savings compared to if he had done it in the United States.
Nice to meet you. I just want to have my hair back, have my self-confidence back, and just not care as much as I do now. It's hard to talk about.
The surgery begins, a tedious process that can take several hours, as each hair graft is carefully removed from a donor area in the back of Brian's head. then surgically placed at the top of his scalp.
I'm pretty sure that Brian will have a good result.
With hair transplants becoming a big business overseas, experts say buyer beware.
There's a lot of red flags on the internet. Advertisements that are promising unlimited grafts, scarless surgery, pain-free, guaranteed results.
Dr. Ricardo Mejia is president of the nonprofit International Society of Hair Restoration Surgery. He says when it comes to hair transplants in Turkey, there's no guarantee facilities are held to U.S. standards. The CDC even warning medical tourism comes with risks.
Like any surgery, there are risks with infections, damage to nerve blood vessels, damage to arteries, damage to the recipient site by creating too many holes in the area where the grafts are going to go. We've seen cases of necrosis or poor wound healing and infections.
To avoid those outcomes, Dr. Mejia says check for credentials from reputable sites and ask questions.
We'll go to the American Board of Hair Restoration Surgery, which also has an international version, and they certify also doctors internationally. So the most important thing is, can you meet the surgeon or talk to them before your procedure? And are they going to do the procedure? Are they physically going to do it? Or is it going to be delegated to a non-physician?
Brian Corder did his research beforehand and had a positive experience.
It was 100% worth it. I have no regrets. I wake up and I feel like I'm dreaming sometimes. It's so insane. Especially when I take a picture. I'm like, oh my God, I have hair.
But while luscious locks are celebrated and even envied, some men are leaning into their baldness with confidence.
Not everyone's getting this done. I mean, a sexy bald head is still sexy, and there are a lot of people who really embrace it and who are celebrated for it. You look at someone like Samuel L. Jackson, that's kind of a calling card of his in a lot of ways. And we can name off a number of other men in Hollywood who, the bald head probably gets them a higher fee because they know that the moviegoers love to see it. So it's not all bad to not have hair.
As for John Cena, he told the Pat McAfee show he's eager to be back in the ring with a winning head of hair.
Once it gets better and I got the long flowing locks, then I'll be like, yo, go to this guy. And if you're thinking about it, truly go to this guy. So I'm working on it, work in progress.
This was the parts where I was like really going pretty bad.
And for Dakota Mortensen, he says that 4 months after the procedure, it's already given him the results he'd hoped for, and more.
Do you feel like this process has changed you at all?
Yeah, I will say it does feel good. It's crazy how much more confidence I have. And I don't think I noticed it until just recently. And even other people now, if I post something, people will bring it up too, being like, dude, your hairline looks so good. So it feels good. It makes me feel so much better.